That's Diaz.
And that's Sasha.
And we are live on Adobe Radio and other stuff. I don't know. Find us on the internet. You can find us. Not on OnlyFans yet. But I don't think we
Ooh
haven't
la
thought of
la.
it. But no, search Cool Nerd Weed Show. You will find us. Hopefully, you will love us. Listen to Adobe Radio. Thank you, Adobe, for being fantastic and giving us this time of the day for the last so many years. Yeah, we're live. We are on two coasts at the moment, and we have been for a while, but we've been making do. We've been doing all right.
Yeah, we make it happen every week.
Every week, we are live, and we do this because we love weed, and also because I don't know, man. I know that there's a lot of really, really great cannabis influencers out there. I know that there's some not so great ones, but there are some really good ones, and it's nice to see. But we started doing this because we saw, like, we kind of just saw like what's literally happening in weed, and that is like the compassion and the medicine being like strangled out of it. So that's kind of what we're going to talk about today. Do you feel like now that you're back in the dispensary that people are less medicinal? I have to smoke weed. I haven't smoked weed all day, so you talk about that for a second.
Well, you know, there's definitely a lot of people that just want to come in and just get high recreationally, which is totally fine. But we do like, yeah, totally cool. Like, but every day somebody does come in and express how cannabis helps them medicinally. So it's not, completely lost on the masses.
When I mute
And
myself, can you hear me cough?
yeah,
Oh, that's not good.
that's okay.
I muted myself though.
um, I don't know.
Sorry.
Well, people come in every day and cannabis is going to help them medicinally, whether they realize it or not. But there's still a good percentage of people that come in and people that do maintain their medical status, like to get that little tax break, and people do come in and talk about cannabis medicinally.
Do people
And
come in with their card?
yeah, people still have their medical cards.
How much percentage would you say? I mean, obviously before it was all of them, but
Oh,
now
like
and all these years later,
the percent. Oh, it's probably like 5%.
Is it gonna be like 10 years next year?
Holy shit! Yeah, 2026.
No.
Yeah. Well, since we voted.
Well, that's like when we started the show.
It's going to be 10 years. We're going to have our 10-year anniversary. I know.
Oh my God. No. That's Crazy Town, USA. Wowzers.
We should have Adobe do a huge 10-year anniversary spectacular with the nerds. We'll have the Paradox. We'll have
baby.
We'll have Snoop Dogg. We'll have Willie Nelson. We'll have.
Wow.
I'm thinking big.
You got to shoot for the stars. No, that's a wonderful idea.
Fish will host the entire event. Actually, we're going to have him plan this whole thing.
DJ.
Fish, I got a project for you. You're great.
Fish.
You're the best event organizer, party planner.
He is.
Party.
If you've ever been to a fish party, TS ain't lying.
Yeah.
Fish's titties.
Ain't no party like a fish party.
That's true. We will think about this, and we should do it now because last year when we were going to do our 5-year one, we were like, let's do it, and then we were like, but I think it was like a weird year too. It was like a year after COVID or something. But this next year, we should definitely plan it and definitely do it because 10 years is a big deal, not just for us. It's a huge deal for us, but for the the adult use industry in California. because it doesn't feel like 10 years that, like, when you went into a dispensary, you had to have a medical card. You couldn't
Yeah,
get
everybody.
in. You know, you had to have a rec card in California. And pretty much everywhere else except for like Colorado and Washington for a while. But it's wild to think about now. Even being in New Jersey, I'm like, hello, like literally getting weed delivered to my house legally. It's insane. It is. It's not lost on me. So I'm never complaining about the industry. I wish there was some compassion. You know, the amount of stuff that I think it's also going through something interesting. The amount of stuff that we saw with our own eyes and experienced as bud tenders and being in the industry for a while is real. It's real stuff. But the way, I think like many things are happening at once. The way big weed came in and kind of sucked the soul out of it all. The way, you know, the consumer broadened. It wasn't just mostly people who were using it for medicinal effects or whatever, or people open to knowing that it was used recreationally, mass produced in ways where maybe it was overconsumed. Certainly, I'm sure it was overconsumed. And you have the hemp, you have the farm bill. Not for long, but you had the farm bill. So all these isolations are going on. Even at a traditional dispensary, you're finding so many crazy isolations going on, like CBC and CBG and THCV and THCA and all of the, because there's so many compounds and cannabinoids and things in this plant that you can do this. And we've always known you can do this with weed. We should just, you know, I think it's time. It's been 10 fucking years that we could, at least in California, that we could try to start to understand like the real science and chemistry of it all. Because I think we're starting to get to a point, and it's but we're starting to get to a point where things are developing. I'm sure evolution, that happens when a species consumes a thing and then consumes it a lot. I'm sure they develop intolerances to it. It happens with tons of things. Peanuts. It can happen with weed. And unfortunately, instead of breaking out in hives, you uncontrollably, and trigger warning for emetophobes, I am a severe emetophobe to the point of crippling anxiety. I can't be in the vicinity of somebody who is sick like this. You will not, I will break down. I will become like a dissociated mess. It's not, and I get nervous and anxious, and like it is a mess in my mind, let alone what the fuck is going on over there with the person who has CHS. CHS has been around for a minute. We had Alice Moon, who has CHS, on our show many years ago when it first popped onto the scene. And it was very difficult for Alice. You can check out the show. We can post it again too. But she was one of the first people to say that CHS was a thing, because it's hard. It was hard back then to diagnose, I guess, and it's still hard. But now I think that there's been some recorded cases, and now cannabis use disorder is being found more, which you can kind of say like, oh, you have CHS if you have cannabis use disorder. But they don't know still really what the trigger is. I think they're doing more independent studies and stuff I've seen around, but it's in the news cycle this week. Again, I don't know if there was like an uprising in cases or something, but
cannabis hyperemesis syndrome is making the rounds again, pinging around the internet. It's on all of the health websites. Some of them sort of questionable, a little sensational, but it is real, and nobody really knows exactly what triggers it just yet, except, you know, cannabis. But they don't know because it doesn't really strike right away. You know, you might be able to smoke. You might smoke for years and years and years before it ever happens, is what we're seeing from what I'm gathering. Because
Yeah, I mean,
when we did have Alice Moon on, she was a consumer of cannabis for many years.
yes, she was in the industry.
Yeah, still is in the industry.
Yes, she is still in the industry. Super, very cool advocate. Like, very, very cool at everything. Go find her. She's amazing. But like I said, I think that it's okay to because it's difficult and still it was difficult and still is difficult in a different way to say you have CHS or to get a diagnosis, because you also get backlash from the community. The community thinks it's reefer madness. Now, this is not like, let's have some nuance here, community. Like, this isn't reefer madness. This is real. This is a real thing. This is a thing that is not, according to the patients, I believe them. I believe that when they stop smoking weed and it's out of their system and they found remedies that work, like hot baths, even though that sometimes doesn't work, that they lost a bajillion pounds, that they couldn't keep food down when THC was still in their system, and it's out of their system and it stops. That is an indicator, and I'm not even a scientist. I just smoke a lot of weed. But what is the trigger, I think, is important to try to find an antidote or a cure. Like, if you accidentally ingest THC, maybe you didn't know you were drinking a seltzer or some shit, like, we should know what to do, because traditional antiemetics aren't working. It's a weird thing. It's a weird, I mean, I liken it to an allergy, but I don't know if that's what it is. It's just, it's real and it sucks. I think, I mean, it says in this article, because it's, more acceptable and being used and people are more open about it, that it's like a little bit easier to diagnose, because it's just, you can just check it off and say, oh, that's the common thing with this. But at the same time, it doesn't, I feel like it's very like easy to be like, oh yeah, that's cannabis use disorder, and not actually like find the triggers. And that's what's bothering me about this, is like the article goes on, it talks about this as if it's a cannabis-induced medical condition, which by all accounts it is. But then at the end, like, it discredits anybody who says cannabis is medicine, because they're like, oh, we don't have the testing. Like, so like, you don't have the testing that knows what causes CHS. So why can you clearly you can so confidently say this is this. How come you can't do it in the reverse way? Aside from it being federally illegal and you not being educated in it as a physician, because you can't be, or you don't want to be. But I know it's hard for doctors to say, yes, use this as medicine for so many reasons. I get that. But at the same time, like, the doctor in the article goes on to say it's like a belief. Some people believe that cannabis can be used as medicine. Like, no, bro. Like, it's not a belief.
At the same time, you can believe in CHS.
Yeah, sure. We can. How come we can't get anybody else to?
It's the way the science goes in sort of a mainstream healthcare and health research regarding cannabis has always been focused on the negative impact potentially of the plant, when there's so much positivity and so many benefits that cannabis actually brings, that we need to know more about the benefits and stop focusing on just the negative. Like, if you're researching to show something is negative, you're gonna direct your search results and your testing to form a negative opinion about cannabis. So all of these studies have the wrong sort of focus.
Right. And I think it's okay to be safe. I think it's okay to know that, like, maybe weed isn't for you, or whatever you're doing isn't for you. But to discredit the people that it has helped, does kind of bum me out, you know, like, and this is in Colorado, this article, like, this is where,
Was this from University of Colorado Health or UC Health?
yeah,
Yeah.
that's where, I mean, they pioneered medicinal weed in this country. You know? So to have a doctor still say that in this very day of 2025 is crazy to me. It's crazy to me. Because they had been medicinal, and their commerce had been more in place even than California. I mean,
yeah, people were flocking to Colorado as soon as Colorado legalized, like
from everywhere.
Everywhere, yeah. There were cannabis refugees moving to Colorado to find relief and purchase their medicine because they couldn't get it in the states they lived in. And
for their kids, for them, it was real. It really happened. It's not a belief, you know.
What happened? You know, we were talking about this earlier. This was like, we were getting so much positive press from like Dr. Sanjay.
Yeah.
Like, he did like 7 parts.
It like could cure COVID at some point, remember?
Yeah. And, you know, what happened to that? Now it's,
I don't know. Now it's all
like,
scouting and cannabis use disorder and hemp bans and fucking medical problems. Like, and also, I'm not saying that these things aren't happening, but I would like a fair and balanced report. I would like everybody to keep that same positive tone while also being scientific about it. There's a way to do it. There's a way to do it. And for some reason, the plot is completely just, it's going out the window. There's still people like us who care, and people still come to people like us for advice, which is great. It's still anecdotal, though. And you still have people that don't know how they can benefit or not. My sister would not take any sort of weed-related thing because she had one bad experience in college or some shit, and it made her super sick. And I hope she doesn't mind me shouting her out, but she is on her 2nd kid and is postpartum like motherfucker. And I was like, I'm telling you, I had mothers come in with their babies that they would have to leave outside with me, begging me because their baby was crying, they were out driving, and they were going to lose their goddamn minds. And and they went and I watched their little baby. I was like, I'm telling you, it may not help, but just now that we can isolate CBD in such a high ratio, this will help you. And it hasn't solved her problems or her high anxieties, but it has helped. It has helped.
a little relief throughout the day.
Exactly.
Just a little break from all of those symptoms.
That's anecdotal, you know, like that's something that we have seen their faces. But I can't take away from the bad experiences that people have. And I won't. So I guess if you have CHS, I'm sorry. I mean, it sucks because there's nothing you can really do at this moment because they're not trying to find a cure for it. They're just trying to like blame. I mean, I don't know what these people are doing. I don't take away from what they're doing, but it sure sounds as if they don't want cannabis to win or something.
You know, yes, I mean, especially when the only things that are coming out is like the CHS is on the rise. It just seems like more fear mongering against cannabis.
But you know what's weird though? It's with cannabis, especially like CHS, nobody who doesn't have CHS is like, oh, well, I'm going to stop smoking weed now because of that CHS there. And you know, as a severe emetophobe, I'm not stopping unless, you know, I don't know. I got pregnant, and even then I was trying to figure it out. But the threat of CHS is not making me stop smoking weed. So I don't know why they can't take this, they meaning all these articles and doctors and studies, and take this data that they have of these people coming in with CHS and do something with it where they can help somebody who has it, who maybe wants to smoke weed again.
Hey, yeah, is it genetic? Is it a predisposition?
Yeah.
Your
or maybe
body?
we can prevent this.
Is it lifestyle?
Right. There's so many other things that are never even taken into consideration with this when they do cannabis studies.
Are you constantly smoking infused pre-rolls, dabbing, vapes? Are you constantly vaping? What's your method?
Vaping.
I mean, yeah, maybe like maybe we shouldn't be.
I've been saying this.
90% vapes all the time.
I've been saying this for years. I'm sure if you listen to one of our thousands of shows over the 10 years that we've been together, I had said, and it just, change up your methods no matter what you want to do. And I understand that in some places, vaping is the only option because of the smell or the whatever. So we got to figure it out is all. That's all I'm saying. It can be worked out in a way where we can find the benefits of weed again, positivity of helping people feel relief, which is really very rewarding. And we can also acknowledge, okay, maybe the overconsumption of this product will cause negative side effects. There's also the cannabis psychosis situation, I think, that's come up before, even when it was medicinal, because it's important. And it's important to do things in settings that are safe for you if you're on medications, with most things, with working out, you know what I mean? So like weed should not be treated any differently is what I'm saying. Weed should be treated like another thing that you use that is beneficial and sometimes not. That's all I'm saying. Let's normalize this jazz. It's been over 10 years. Is that stupid?
No. We meet it like, I feel like, I guess, is this like the theme of the show? Like we felt like we were making progress. We've been making so much progress in the cannabis world, and now like it's just, what happened to progress? We need the studies. We need to know. We need the answers. We need the science behind it. And we felt like it was going that way for the last 9.5 years. And then they're just,
I guess it's a good
put the
thing
fucking
we're
brakes on,
because we're documenting it. If you want to listen to hopeful nerds, pissed off nerds, hopeful again nerds, because while the country was on fire, truly, madly, deeply, weed was like titties. Like, it was the green rush, and it was exciting. But maybe we'll find a happy medium, and it won't be, the soul will not be sucked out of it. Because with not acknowledging what it does medicinally, we also lose like some of the compassion somehow. I mean, I guess with anything that's like capitalistic, you money takes compassion out of it,
ruins everything,
which is too bad. But it does, and there's no compassion in the modern day dispensary in California. But, and hopefully, in medicinal, I don't know, do medicinal places still do compassion?
Like a strictly, I mean, what's a state that's like strictly medicinal now? It'd have to have somebody chime in from like a strictly,
one of the Virginias.
Yeah, I think Virginia is strictly medical, and I thought Texas was really getting its
I was going to say Texas. Yeah, yeah,
smokable
yeah.
medicinal cannabis together. So, if somebody wants to chime in from a
Yeah,
strictly
tell us.
medicinal state and let us know if you have compassion programs in your state, what the deal is. Are you allowed to give away or deeply discount cannabis for medical patients that like truly need the medicine?
Yeah, there's like a list, there's, you look, they're on, it's like terminal, obviously, but very sick, cancer, very, very aggressive chemo treatments, epilepsy, stuff that like is real rough that cannabis helps control. I mean, we had stuff set aside. That's what we're referring to when we call it compassion. Also, real literal compassion is gone because, again, anything with money just doesn't really lend itself to compassion. But there is a program that we would refer to as compassion. And it did become kind of a turn and burn and don't spend time with we used to call them patients. But I mean, again, a lot of that was semantics for legality. Yeah. But at the same time, we did treat them like patients. We did.
Yeah, take your time with the people that come in that need the time.
Yes.
And guide them through all of their whatever they need, all the questions, answer all the questions.
So many cancer patients. Like, I remember being like, whoa, this is not an exaggeration. Weed really does help these people. And this is coming from somebody who had no recreational or medicinal weed culture in their lives. And I feel like it really took a turn. And I'd like to get back to kind of a balanced, factual presentation of what weed can and cannot do for you.
I mean, Oklahoma is still operating like strictly medical. Like in Oklahoma, yes. Are you allowed to give away deeply discount cannabis for?
I think you are.
For people.
I'm gonna yes, but right. Somebody from Oklahoma, please tell me. Well, compassion still exists, and that's good. We are gonna take a break. Right? Is that okay? Do you have more to say about Scromedy? Okay. If you have CHS, again, I am so sorry. I do hope they find a cure and just stop being like, well, if a bunch of potheads didn't believe that weed was curing you, maybe we could call it medicine. And to start finding a way to help these people feel better and not feel like something that they've relied on for relief in some way, whether it's medicinally or just chilling. It's now gone. And we'll take a break and we'll go back yet again to something else that's gone, which is hemp, almost gone. I'm very sick of talking about that, though. This is gonna be last week, I swear. We'll be right back. And we're back. I can't hear you. Yeah. We are back. Now we're back. It's the Golden Reach Show. That's yes.
And that's Sasha. And I
And we're
have
very
a
live.
new mute button with my brand new mute button.
Yeah, I like my mute button too. We are live though. I've made many mistakes tonight. So thank you for hanging out with us live on Adobe Radio and other places. Go find us, love us. We have been live for a long time. We've been doing this show for a long time. As we've just discovered, officially it will be 10 years, and I can stop guessing around 6 to 8 for the last, I guess I was right most of the time. But we've been doing it for a long time, and it's a good thing because we definitely has taken a weird turn. You know, we were doing it to make sure that it wasn't lost on people what weed has done. And I feel like we've done our best. Yes. Do we like to get very stoned? Of course.
Yes.
But that doesn't mean that we're not very serious about our weed. Is this a paid ad?
I'm drinking a bodega drink, a bodega chiller. They actually keep me from drinking alcohol.
Down for fucking weed. I don't know how my mom sent me a police report and was like, "Oh shit, the bodega, the corner store got shut down. You're selling weed." I was like, "I knew it. First of all, I knew it. You just know." And they had great munchy shit. Oh my god, I'm really bummed. I never got weed there, obviously, but yeah.
They did cater. They catered to the stoner crowd with all those munchies.
He knew. I love that dude.
What a brilliant business plan.
But somebody snitched.
Yeah. Fucking rats.
Yeah, it was. I mean, hopefully it wasn't somebody from my building. I hope not. Everybody smokes weed in this building, which is not something that I thought would be acceptable. Hopefully that's not turned around and people aren't more inclined to be stigmatizing me. Just finally got comfortable smoking weed in my own goddamn house. Okay, so now we're going to talk about once and for all, unless we have to talk about it again, I feel like I need to get dropped for it. The hemp ban. Okay, so if I come into the dispensary and I get you as a bud tender, and I'm like, is this still legal? Is that what kind of questions are you getting about the hemp ban?
Oh yeah. That's that comes in several times a day. I heard that the vapes are going away, and that's what people are concerned with. Sure. What's the other one? Yeah, I mean they've got it a little bit. It's a little bit off because we don't carry any of the hemp derived THC in the dispensary in California. So I assure them that everything will remain the same and we're fine for now at the in the legal markets. But it is confusing for a lot of people.
Well, the headlines were all THC banned and the fucking federally. And you're like, wait, and in all the shows that we've talked about this, I have tried to say this, that it's different. And I think a lot of people do know this, more people than I've been giving credit to, that let's say you're in Tennessee, right? And you see THC drinks. Or you are in New Jersey and you're in a liquor store and you see THC drinks. Those drinks are hemp-derived THCs. Now, when you're in a dispensary, and you see an isolation like a CBN, a CBG, a THC, those are cannabis-derived. There's cannabis-derived terps, cannabis-derived isolated cannabinoids and terpenes and so on and so forth. When you're in a dispensary, you'll see that. You will not see hemp products in a dispensary because it's confusing. But the hemp laws, up until recently, were different. You can put them all the which ways. You can put them in liquor stores. You can put them in fucking gas stations. You can put them at the bodega. You can also put them in hemp shops that popped up everywhere. You saw weed flowers. So I understand why it's confusing.
Yeah, well,
But
it,
go for it. I was waiting for you to say something.
it's super confusing, and it's going to get even more confusing because there's some
Yeah.
states that are sort of going to defy this hemp THC ban, and Tennessee, as you mentioned, is one of them, and they are trying to regulate their THCA flower, the drinks, but I believe that they're shifting the responsibility for regulations is shifting from the Tennessee like agricultural department to like the Bureau of Alcohol.
Ooh.
Yeah. So, Tennessee has recognized this as a growing industry and that people want these products and that they need to be regulated.
Yeah.
And tested. So they're going ahead and they're
Sure.
building more testing facilities, and then they're as of next year, they're handing it off to the Bureau of Alcohol.
Well, you know what? Fine.
Yeah.
Take it. I hope that this benefits everybody in the state of Tennessee. I do. I do think these things need to be regulated. I do think that a lot of these very high testing, especially hemp derived, I'm telling you, I want to know more about these things before I consume them. Me, and I'll do anything. You know what I mean?
Yeah, I mean, this is what
I hate sounding like pro regulation, but I often am.
This is what the community is saying. The hemp community wants. This is what they want.
Like
they want some regulations.
Good. Fuck yeah.
They want like an age gate, like 21 and up, IDs to buy these products.
Always.
And they want product testing.
Yeah.
Lab testing. From seed to sale, as we say. So, we do. We want sensible regulations.
Why is this like an insane ask? I think the Farm Bill is like an example of what, can happen when you just like let the faucet run. And I think it did benefit a lot of people, but it also got murky and confusing. And I feel like people on the traditional market started selling like hemp derived flour and THCA shit. Not saying for sure, not naming names, but I do think that started to happen, and that's crazy. You know what I mean? Like you should be getting. I don't want to, honestly, and to be completely hemp derived products like aren't for me. I have not found one that has made me feel great, but that's just me. And maybe it's because I'm spoiled with my cannabis derived THC, but I don't care for, I guess I've never done a vape one. Have we? Yes, we have.
We had some Delta 8 vapes.
We did, yes. Well, that was different though.
Good Kind.
Okay, save for Good Kind. Do they even exist anymore?
I don't think so.
Because Good Kind was lit. Good Kind was the last example of a genuinely sourced hemp, like a quality hemp that was grown for the consumption like this. It wasn't in bad faith. It was to get a good product out and make money off of it as farmers, and it was a good company and they made good products. Still, though, I will say, like, just hemp products make my heart palpitate. I don't know what you want from me. I mean, that's okay.
Same.
It's okay.
Those
It's okay for me.
those drinks had my heart beating like a rabbit. It was like,
And who knows? Maybe after it's regulated, we'll still have that happen. But I would like to, like, at least know.
I mean,
why? I don't know.
Those Good Kind Delta 8 gummies were like, had me smiling ear to ear.
Yeah, those gave a real good euphoric effect for sure. They did. And when you didn't have access, because New Jersey was a place that didn't have access, when you didn't have access and you could only get stuff like that and it was good, it was a lifesaver. So hopefully that can happen for Tennessee and other states who are like, I think we'll still do it. It's smart to hand it over to like a big, thing like the Bureau of Alcohol. I mean, I know what they're doing, I guess.
Yeah. It's
It just sounds so
it is what it is. If you're going to have some sort of sensible regulations, is you're going to take it out of the control of the agriculture side of it and give it to more a regulatory organization.
Yeah.
Whatever.
I hope that doesn't happen with regular cannabis. Imagine if Donald Trump banned regular cannabis.
That would be the final fucking straw for me.
We're moving to where are we moving?
Canada.
Who will take us?
We're seeking asylum in Canada.
Do you know anybody? Hey, I know a guy.
Patrick Walford.
Yeah. Hey, Patrick. How many of us have asked you for asylum so far in the last 10 years, Patrick Walford? Has it been an insurmountable infinity amount? Poor Canadians. They're like, we've had enough.
They're like, get out of here.
Stop it. Stop it with that. We're like, oh, we're good. And they're like, no. No, please, God, no. But we, it's a mess down here for realsies. And like, I feel like cannabis was one of the industries that could have really, really shown them. It had moxie and style, and it was
grit.
coming in hot, and all the celebrities were like, get me in on that. And everybody was thinking weed was cool again. But now not so much. Now, okay, we're going to take a break. It gets worse. It gets even worse, this show. Jesus Christ. Weed is like apparently the worst. Weed is the worst thing you can do, just so you know. I like we have one video where I'm like, marijuana can kill you. That's what's happening. You could die. And I know that, you know what? I can't do both sides of the coin right now. My industry is being taken from me. Oh, I'm gonna take a break. Are we gonna do the dispensary one or the AI one?
I mean, should we? I think AI might be funnier.
Okay. Okay. More
fun.
Both are just as bad.
Yes, they are. Both are terrible.
It's not fun. It's not funny. We'll be right back. And we're back.
We're back.
It's a Cool Nerd Week show. That's yes.
And that's Sasha.
I don't know why. I forgot. Probably because I smoked a whole joint. We're live, and it's the first time I smoked today. It really does help not to smoke all day and then smoke. You get pretty high. Pro tip.
Save it till the end of the day and get as high as possible.
Yeah. Or smoke whenever you want to. Whenever you can. You'll know. You'll know the time that you're too high. Meeting like your partner's parents or something. You're like, can they tell? Can they tell? They can tell. Can they tell? They can tell. That's how you'll know.
Do I look high?
Yeah. Do I look high? You'll go to the bathroom. You shouldn't. You'll look in the mirror. You shouldn't. And then you'll probably just keep to yourself and eat. Speaking from very all the time experience. So you kind of have to do this story because I'm like, I see examples of it, but I don't know where you found this.
Okay. Well, it's a concept that came out, and it's people have been chatting about AI in every aspect of it, but
Well, yeah.
the AI and the chat bot bud tender has been pinging around, and it's been pushed, and there, you know, the industries, there's always these people coming in and trying to sell vending machines and eliminate bud tenders from the equation. But AI is something that may actually change your experience in the dispensary, or even before, or ordering online even before you get to the dispensary. So there's a lot of platforms pushing this. And
what, so you like go and be like, I want to feel blah, 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 and then cannabis AI is like,
the
great.
chatbot will suggest products for you, but you know, like any AI, you need to know what prompts you're looking for. And
True.
Many times, even the first time consumer comes in and they don't know exactly what they're looking for, but you have a conversation with somebody and you realize that, you know, the whole time they're asking for an indica, and what they really want is a sativa. And if they're not asking the right questions, AI isn't going to give you that human touch and point you in the right direction like we do. You know,
it's true. I have seen people talk about being in dispensaries where you have, you know, the iPads mostly as the mode of, I mean, New York is mostly like that, or the city. And, you know, there's like a few bud tenders kind of sprinkled around, but mostly you're going to it, you know, a screen. And I mean, personally, I would probably I'm a big fan of not interacting with a human, but I did make exceptions when I would go to the dispensary, and it was my happy place. So on one hand, me being me, the type of consumer who will just go in and out, I don't hate it. But on the other hand, talking and interacting with my bud tenders and becoming a bud tender or working at the dispensary did help me in so many ways. So I would say the very least you want to interact with your bud tender, even if it's the last person you interact with. Often it would be my first and last interaction of the day, you know, but it would always be a good one. And you'll always have a good interaction with your bud tender. And if you don't, you will, trust me. Like, you will know. Bud tenders are there because they want to be, most of them. So
you're highly educated in cannabis, so you know, and I know how you are. If you don't really want to interact with people, you you might be the perfect candidate to use an AI bartender. You know the questions to ask,
It might be. Yeah.
and you know what you want, and this AI will probably get you the product that you're looking for. But it's like, even as a
Sure.
first time consumer,
Yeah. Yeah, you
you
need some guidance. You need
a little
some.
guidance.
Yeah, no, I don't think, I guess literally every single position in the world has said this, but I don't think the industry would fully benefit with AI. I don't, and again, I think we have to learn quickly how to integrate AI into our lives where it's not fucking the Terminator all the time, but we have to work with it. And I think again, for weirdos like me, sometimes it's kind of beneficial, but other times, what is it taking away? It's taking away the experience and the knowledge that I did have, but also from you guys from before I became as behind the scenes as I was. That was important for me to do. So you wouldn't get that experience really. And that does affect how you are socially. I'm old, so like I've allowed myself to be more introverted. Like there has to be an interaction a day. You got to keep the, like even if it's just walking the dogs and going to the dispensary. But I do think that bud tending is, I mean, getting weed is a very human experience. So, I mean, I couldn't see it replacing the bud tender, but I could, see it in every, like, just like every other industry says, and, in the way that it's going to. But I can't see it just being like fully
like taking it beyond cannabis shops look like Apple stores, like way beyond that. Like
yeah,
where
not
would you go? Is there any like place that you would actually go to now and be like, you go, let's just take it to let's Sephora. Would Sephora ever replace all of the makeup counter people with AI?
no, there's
Because
have
that
to be like
to me that's like very interactive when
yeah,
you go into
yeah,
Sephora.
no. I mean, I'm sure they probably have like a AI beauty consultant
Consultants.
that matches your skin. I'm sure they do have that technology. But no, of course not. No, you can't have AI apply your makeup for you, apply a beat. You can't have, I mean, you can learn, I guess, through AI and get better yourself. But I do think, I don't know. I just I don't think we have to be terrified yet, but I do think it's worth paying attention to. And upping your human game. Be gooder humans. And beat the robots. We'll
Kill
win.
all the robots.
Yeah, we will win. I mean, at the very least, they're cool AIs because they smoke weed and they know about weed. We are done with the show. Everybody, we love you. I'm trying to think of things. If you have CHS, I'm so sorry. If you are in Tennessee, go get your THCA. And
fuck AI, fuck Donald Trump, and fuck ICE. Don't panic.
it's organic.